one of the first steps is like informing yourself on the history of mass incarceration, and particularly the evolution of chattel slavery into mass incarceration. For the same sake that if you want to heal any kind of illness, you go to the doctor, they're like, you know, they ask you about your personal history, your mother's history, your mother's history, because they want to figure out exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Like, is this lupus or is this bed bugs? We'll get to the root cause of the
We will
problem.
get to the root cause.
And so you have, the first step should really be inquiry. And that could be, I mean, I think Ava DuVernay does an amazing job with 13th, but that shouldn't be where you stop.
Yeah.
And then I would say, if you decide that we have a severe problem that is fracturing the well-being of our entire society, then you look like alternatives to incarceration in your area. Who is organizing? Because so many folks are,
And then
right?
just help those people.
And then there's like in New Orleans alone, like I can name 10 fucking nonprofits that are doing dope ass work. And so like finding the one where you vibe the hardest, that it feels like you never want to leave. Because that's how I felt when I met King. And then I would say it's also a matter of like, somebody asked me this, I suggested this on Instagram, which is like be really intentional in terms of deconstructing the myth of criminality. And if someone serves the time, if they've done the time, then they are not supposed to be continuously punished, right? So where in your workplace can you challenge your employers to hire formerly incarcerated folks? To be intentional about that. What about your living situation? Like there's, you know, recidivism is highest in the colonized United States because there's no place for folks to stay. Oftentimes there's just like a huge amount of like legal barriers. It's like Jim Crow on steroids.
Colleges.
If you're a felon, yeah. If you're deemed a felon, even if you've served the time. So it's the way that our justice system is like supposed to define justice is like, hey, I did this thing, I stole Mary's cup. I served time to be forgiven, penance, right? And then instead what's happening is like folks are like, I did the time, I recognize what I did is wrong, I'm sorry, I'm a different person. I come home and there ain't nothing for me except prejudice and bias, and there's no other opportunity.